So now we're going to go ahead and move on to exercise 2. So go ahead and finish the rest of exercise 1 on your own. And I'm going to do the same thing for exercise 2. I'm going to go over the first 5 problems with you guys, and then I'm going to have you finish the rest. So if you look at exercise 2, it's on page 300 of lesson 92. And the instructions say, write in the blank the correct spelling for each word. So I went ahead and wrote those words on the board for you guys, and we're just going to go through those first 5 together. So again, all we're doing is just using the rules that we just learned, and we're applying them to these words so that we can spell them correctly. Okay, so let's look at the first one. The first one, the word is grabbing. Okay, so that just looks like it's spelled wrong. So grabbing is spelled wrong because remember, whenever you have a word, so let's look at the word grab. Let's look at this, grab. So whenever you have a word that ends in a consonant that's following a vowel, so remember, vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and then our consonants are everything else in the alphabet that isn't a vowel. So grab ends with a consonant, which is B, that is following a vowel, which is A. So when that happens, and whenever the word is a single syllable, so when you say the word grab, it's a single syllable. You hear that, right? So grab ends with a consonant that's following a vowel, and if the word is also a single syllable. So when that happens, you go ahead and you double the final consonant, which is B. So B is our final consonant, and we're going to go ahead and double that. So our word would be grabbing, G-R-A-B-B-I-N-G. So again, we doubled that final consonant in B because our word grab was one syllable, and it ended with a consonant that followed a vowel. So in that case, we would double the final consonant, which is B. So that's why our word turned into grabbing, G-R-A-B-B-I-N-G. Okay, so look at number 2. Number 2, the word is tooths. So this one, it's just an irregular plural. And then for this one, the answer would be teeth. You change it to teeth, T-E-E-T-H. And for those irregular plurals, you would just have to memorize those, and those are on lesson 92. So it gives you all of the irregular plurals that you need to know for exercise 1 and 2. Okay, so now let's look at number 3. Our word is forgettable. So first, let's look at the word forget. Okay, so if you say the word forget, say it with me, forget. So that word, you can see that the accented syllable is at the end. It's the last syllable of the word forget. And remember, an accented syllable, all that means is that is our strongest syllable. So our strongest syllable is our last syllable of forget. But whenever you add the suffix to the word forget, it becomes forgettable. So say that word with me, forget-able. So whenever you add that, the suffix able, you can see that the strongest syllable is now the B-L-E. So our syllable in forget, it was the last syllable in this word, forget. But then when we added the suffix, it also became the last syllable, but it just moved to B-L-E. So when you have a word that has a strong accented syllable at the end, and then you combine it with its suffix, and the accented syllable is still at the end of that word with the suffix added, then you would just double the final consonant, which is the T. So it would become forgettable, F-O-R-G-E-T-T-A-B-L-E. So again, we just added, we doubled that final consonant because when you say the word forget, the accented syllable is the last syllable, and then when we added the suffix able to the word forget, the accented syllable was also the last syllable in forgettable. So when that happens, we just double the final consonant, and so that's how we got forgettable, F-O-R-G-E-T-T-A-B-L-E. That's the correct form of spelling for number 3. Okay, so now let's look at number 4. Our word is skyscraper. Well, first of all, that isn't even spelled right. Sky is spelled S-K-Y, not S-K-I. So let's change that. So it needs to be S-K-Y. And as you can see, that's a compound word. So you have sky and you have scraper. So we need to combine those words and we make it a compound. So compound words, we just combine our two words together to make it a compound. So we have skyscraper. So the spelling stays the same. However, you just change your Y to I because sky is not spelled correctly for number 4. So it's skyscraper. S-K-Y-S-C-R-A-P-E-R. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at number 5. Our word is shopping. So first, let's go ahead and look at the word shop. So remember, we need to double our final consonant whenever we have a word that ends with a consonant following a vowel and is a single syllable word. So this is just like we did in number 1. It's the same exact thing. So if you look at shop, you can see that shop ends with a consonant, which is P, that's following a vowel, which is O, and it is a single syllable word, shop. So in this case, we would double the final consonant. So we would double that P, and then that's how we would spell it correctly. So then it becomes shopping, S-H-O-P-P-I-N-G. And that's how you do number 5. So I'm going to go ahead and let you do the rest of exercise 2 on your own. So go ahead and get that completed. I wrote your classwork on the board for you, so I'm going to go ahead and scoot over so that you guys can see that. So for today's classwork, you're going to need to complete your grammar lesson 92, which is on pages 299 and 300. So for lesson 92, just complete exercises 1 and 2 for that. You're also going to need to complete on list 31, you're going to need to do a look back exercises. You are also going to need to complete the read and think number 34. And then lastly, you're going to need to complete the literature assignment that is titled William the Silent, which is on pages 126 through 128. So for this literature assignment, you're just going to need to read the story and complete the think it through, which is numbers 1 through 5. So again, this video is for the whole week. These are your assignments for the whole week. Again, I'm only going to be doing 1 video per week that has all of your assignments in it instead of doing 2 separate ones. So if you have any questions on any of the assignments, please let me know. You can message me on GroupMe or you can email me directly and I will get back to you as soon as possible. So I will see you guys next time.